Thank you so much. So we're going to now have a discussion with Ms. Fulton and also with the lawyers. We're going to start off with Ms. Fulton. And this has been, as you can imagine, a very tragic experience learning about her son being killed on February 26, 2012. I wanted, if she could, to share with us a little bit about, as difficult as it is, how you heard about it and what you've been doing since, if you could.
Well, that's easy for me to talk about. Hi, how's everybody? I'm trying to think in my mind that we're just having a conversation, even though everybody is just staring. I'm trying to relax, so we're just going to have a conversation. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It is a very serious subject. It's a very hurtful tragedy to me and my family, and that's why it's so important for me to speak out. I would much rather be at home with my boys preparing for Thanksgiving, decorating the house, thinking about places to go shopping, and just preparing myself for the holidays, for Christmas. And today is Monday, so I probably would be at my job with the Miami-Dade Housing Agency. But as faith would have it, I'm doing something else. I'm on a different journey. And like Attorney Crump said, of course I wouldn't have signed up for this position. When you sign up for something or you apply for something, it's usually something that you really want to do. It's usually something that you have a desire for. I would have never had a desire to lose my son. And that's how I know that it's very important that I come out to speak to groups such as yours. You are considered the cream of the crop. You are considered our future leaders. When I thought about coming here, I was a little edgy, and I was like, well, maybe I'm not good enough to speak with them. Maybe I have to improve in some areas. But then I thought again, I said, these are people too. These are regular people, regular students with families and a regular heart. And that's what I usually do. I talk to people's hearts, because it's one thing to see me on TV. It's another one to see me in person and to hear me speak. And I'm sure you are receiving my feelings. And I want you to. I can see the heads nodding. I want you to. Because if I thought for one moment that I would make a difference by staying at home and crying, I would be at home. But I can't, because I can't make a difference if I'm at home in my room. Let me get the hard part out of the way first. I really thought the hard part was finding out that my 17-year-old baby, because he was my baby, was deceased, was dead, was shot, was gone. I thought that was the hardest part. But it actually wasn't. Because I don't even think at that time I believed he was gone. I guess I was still in denial. The worst, the absolutely worst thing that I have experienced through all of this is to have attended my son's funeral and to see him in a casket, a white casket, with a white suit on, as if he was sleeping or going to a prom. That was the absolute worst thing in the world. And I got past it. I got past it not because I'm superwoman or this strong person, but because of God and the strength of God and the strength of people that helped supported me. They kept me standing. They kept me going on. Every time I see kids now with hoodies on, listening to music, just walking, minding their own business, it reminds me of my son. And it reminds me to stay focused on our children. Because today it was my family. Tomorrow it may be yours. If we allow people to discriminate, to cause harm and kill our children because of the color of their skin, what's next? Are we going to allow them to discriminate because somebody's hair is too long or too short, or the person is too fat or too skinny or too dark or too white? How far are we going to let this go? I only speak because I think it's unfair. And I believe that I have to do my part as a parent to make a difference. So it may be for my own selfish reasons that I attend these events like these, but I want to make a difference. And what I say to you is, it's just not good enough to have a degree. It's not good enough. What are you going to do to make a difference once you have that piece of paper in your hand? See, I want to get you to thinking about some things. What are you going to do? Are you going to plaster it on your wall of your fancy office and show everybody, the world, that, listen, I graduated from Harvard? It has to be more. It has to be more to life. It has to be a bigger purpose for all of this. So what I want to do is, I want to try to merge my purpose with your purpose, because you are our leaders. You are the top of the line. People are going to be listening to you very soon. So it's important that you understand how I feel as a mother, as a parent, as a person, as an American. I feel like my rights have been violated. I feel like I didn't get any justice. I feel like this law needs to be changed. And although it's not here in Massachusetts, it's not here in your area, but there are some things you certainly can do to help me to make a change. Thank you for giving me this opportunity just to dialogue a little bit with you. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Ms. Fulton. As I said before, and I'll say again, we all share in the tragic loss that you've suffered. There's no question about that. And it's very clear that what we've seen since February 26th last year reminds us that Trayvon Martin will always be with us. And we're going to make sure that we embrace and honor the legacy of him. There's so many young African-American males that we read about every single day who are killed by cops, by neighbors, by gang members. It just makes no sense. The same thing happens to women. It happens to people of every color as well. So what I'm hoping to do is get a little bit of, also we have the two lawyers, and I have to tell you, I've talked about these lawyers before, but they really are exceptional. If you want to think about what to do with your law degree, Daryl and Ben are great examples, classic examples of learning how to take important cases and get involved in it and change the whole terrain. And now, the 21st century, we never thought it would be tougher, but it is tougher in many respects what we're trying to do, and they've been able to do it. And they have not only been successful in the courtroom and in their briefs, but it's amazing to hear and see and learn what they are doing as human beings, not just as lawyers, but as human beings trying to make this a better community. So they'll tell you a little bit about their practice, a little bit about what they are doing, how they're responding to what happened to Trayvon last year and what's going forward. So you'll hear first from Darryl Parks and then Ben Crump. Please join me in welcoming the law firm of Parks and Crump.